Uh-oh, pile of tools. That's never a good sign. Well, so the ongoing drama with the purple paint. I found this color again, but it's in Eugene, Oregon, and they won't ship to California. So I just can't justify spending a fortune driving all over the planet to get some paint for a bicycle. So I just end up looking at paint chips, and we mixed up something new. I'm just going to redo the whole bike. We got a custom purple that looks like it's going to be pretty fun. We took the golden flake from a kind of a reddish metallic, and then we took the purple pigment and paint from another paint and blended them together, so it's going to have the crushed pearls and flake similar to what we got going on here. Maybe a little finer flake, I don't know. So we got to tear it apart. I got to get the cranks off. I got to pull off the bottom bracket. I got to take the head tube off. I got to take my rack off. Take it down to bare bones again, and then you know, scuff it up. Fortunately, it's in good shape, so the old urethane just needs to be smooth and no shininess so that the new urethane can go over top. I do have to sand off those silver pinstripes because that's one shot and that's an enamel, and that would react strangely probably to urethane. So I'll gently take those off with 400 or 600 wet sanding, and then yeah, go over the whole thing. Nice warm day. Be a beautiful bike again. Okay, here's what we got so far. This is going to be the new color. It's pretty. We custom mixed the gold flake from this red paint with this purple, I don't even know, candy color. So I end up kind of with this grape purple. It's going to look a lot like those Schwinn's from the 70s. Oh, it's a good color. It looks like it's going to be nice. We got the fairing there in the center of the cranks. Yeah, it's going to be good. And I got the old color flow rack all smoothed down. I had to put it in primer because it sanded through the old urethane. You can't have any bare metal when you go putting this urethane on, so you got to prime any bare spots. So we painted the bike today, and the frame turned out nice. Excellent. There's a lot of urethane on that. I've got 3 mixed up cans on it, so it's pretty thick and chewy. It's going to have to dry for a long time. Had a little mishap. My stand gave way and this tank got damaged, so 5-hour detour later, I've repainted that tank. It's actually good it happened because I wasn't liking the body work I did. Now it actually looks better. It's more symmetrical. It matches better. It was more rounded than this one, and it just looked weird, so now they're both kind of angular. The wonders of Bondo body filler. And then in here was really pressed in because when I clamped it on to glue it, it did something to the fiberglass. But now I filled that with filler, so yeah, this is it. Now it's just got to cure, which will take several days, maybe a week. I don't know. I'm going to keep taking it outside and putting it in the sun. The sun's the best thing for it. And then heaters inside. It's got to stay, you know, above 60 degrees pretty much for the urethane to really harden. This helps a lot, keeping it by a nice toasty heat log. That basically is like a heat booth, what they do with the auto body shop. But I've already started kind of wet sanding it lightly, 1500, and it's really smooth. Okay, so what I'm doing now is called color sanding. You take really fine grit sandpaper, 2000, 1500, whatever, and you sand the frame. You get rid of the orange peel from the spraying. You just keep sanding it until it's a nice satiny smooth finish and there's no texture. And once you do that, you take a machine buffer with some compound and you polish it back to a glossy surface. And then the thing with color sanding is you kind of feel it. When there's resistance, it feels kind of lumpy. Okay? But when you're to the point where you need to stop is when it just glides over the surface and there's no rough. If you got a lot of texture, you can start with 1500 in your soapy water. It's good to let your paper soften in the water for a little bit before you use it, because right out of the deal it could be really rough when it's dry. You can actually hear it. Hear that? That's a rough spot. When it sounds rough like that, you've got to keep sanding. Some people are bored by color sanding, but I don't mind it. I find it kind of a zen activity, actually. You just focus on your breath, and you do the repetitive motion back and forth until it's nice and smooth. Keep dunking your pad, cleaning the debris out of it. You never want any grit or debris in your color sanding paper, because that will scratch the surface. Okay, here's the little fairing that we made, and it's on the bike now. It's the new purple color, and then we'll turn it on. Yeah, that's pretty fun. And I've actually created a dashboard. I took pictures from the internet of a CM400 motorcycle, and I printed out the gauges and the little instrument cluster, and then I've illuminated them with LEDs, so friends can keep an eye on his speed and what gear he's in, first or second, because those CM400s were pretty slow. I think they were like 27 horsepower. I'm not really sure.